What if the worst mistake you've ever made was actually the thing that was supposed to help you grow? I want you to think about that for a second. Most of us spend so much time trying to hide our mistakes. We feel embarrassed by them, ashamed of them, and we replay them in our heads at night, wondering, why did I do that? And slowly, those mistakes start to feel like they define who we are. The truth is, they were never meant to. They were meant to guide you. When you're younger, nobody really prepares you for how much you're going to mess up in life. People talk about success all the time. They talk about winning, achieving goals, and becoming better. But nobody really talks about the part in between. The failing, the awkward moments, the times where you try your best and it still doesn't work. I remember a moment where I feel like I completely messed up. One of those moments where afterwards you just sit there replaying everything in your head. You start talking to yourself in your head and saying things like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? I should have done better. The more you think about it, the worse it feels. It almost feels like that one moment now represents you as a person. But here's one thing I started realizing. If mistakes really defined us, then nobody would grow. Every person you look up to has messed up more times than you can imagine. The difference is they didn't let those mistakes become their identity. They used them as directions. Think about it like this. Imagine you're walking through a forest trying to find your way somewhere, and you end up taking the wrong path, and suddenly you hit a dead end. That wrong path doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means you now know where not to go. Life works the same way. Every mistake is information. It shows you something about yourself, maybe something you need to change, maybe something that you need to improve on, and maybe something that you need to let go of. It was never meant to be the thing that labels you forever. The real problem isn't the mistake. It's when we start believing that the mistake is who we are. Somebody fails once and suddenly they think, I'm just a failure. Someone makes a bad decision and suddenly they think, I'm just a bad person. But you are not the worst moment of your life. You are the person who learns from it, the person who gets back up after it, the person who chooses to grow because of it. And honestly, the people who never make mistakes, they're usually the ones who never try anything difficult in the first place. Mistakes are proof that you're living, that you're trying, that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. And every time you learn from your mistakes, you become a little wiser than you were before. So if you're thinking about a mistake right now, something that still makes you cringe when you think about it, something you wish you could go back and change, just remember this. That moment wasn't placed in your life to define you. It was placed there to teach you something your future self needed to know. And one day you might even look back at that mistake and realize it didn't ruin your life. It helped redirect it. Because people who become the strongest, people who become the wisest, and people who stay the most resilient, they aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who learn how to stand back up every single time. And when you really think about it, your mistakes were never the end of your story. They were just the moments that helped you write a better one. Thank you for watching.